Welcome to Nerdaties. Bitches.
Was that a point? Are you fingering?
Yeah, no, I'm pointing.
You're fingering?
Yeah, we're fingering.
He's not even in the room. No topic too absurd. No statement too asinine. We are Nerdy Jersey's finest, coming at you in 3D. Unless you're listening to this as a podcast, then it's still just.
Then it's 3D audio.
Ooh.
Or you could always check us out on YouTube.
7.1. I am Mike.
I am Justin.
I am Kyle.
Ben.
And I'm Joe.
I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
No.
That is not my name.
I am God.
That's not what my wife called me. That's not how I'll die.
Biggest dickus.
Incontinentia.
I don't know what that guy's name was. Horsecock guy? I don't remember. They called him Tarzan, I think.
It's probably how he was listed. Horsecock.
Probably.
I was hoping someone would get that Monty Python joke, and I can always count on Joe.
I love that movie. Brian, he's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Oh, you can do that voice, but you don't feel comfortable doing Statham?
I could do the Terry Jones British woman is a little easier.
Doing a British woman is easier than doing a British man. Oh, Joe.
Brian, I want to go to the stoning.
Sadly, you're accurate. It's way easier for you to do a British woman.
No.
That's fun.
Next time, just pretend you're doing Statham if you took a hit of helium.
Terry Jones as Jason Statham.
Jason Statham is Elmo in The Puppet. So is there anything anyone wanted to get off their chest?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes, I do. So, yesterday, first day back in a functional restaurant kitchen. It's been a bit since I've done that. Fitbits and like stuff like that weren't a device yet back then. Yesterday, I burned nearly 6,000 calories from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. I had 530 minutes of cardio. Yeah, this is fucking crazy.
Being a chef doesn't sound healthy.
It's not an older gentleman's game.
No.
If you've taken quite the sabbatical as I have. Because I was hurting last night. I came home and I was like, yeah, that sucked.
How was
like cooking was fine. Cooking was fine. The place has barely changed. The dude they have running the back, the guy Spencer, fucking props to him though. Awesome guy. Super chill.
Dee talks about him a lot, saying she loves Spencer.
Yo, super chill, super nice, quiet. Like it was a very quiet day. We like a little chit chat back and forth. It was the best kitchen scenario I've ever worked.
That's incredible.
Ever. Sorry, Joe. Like the dude's been doing it since he was 19 and he's 50. So like there was a flow of just professionalism between the two of us. We got the order put away in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And like we were just like, it was almost like we've worked together for like 20 fucking years. It was just a fucking ballet.
What a difference competency makes.
Dude. And like Joe was my saving grace a lot. when most of the kitchen crew sucked back in the day. And of course, working with the guy I've known for 35 years, of course, we listen to South Park music and everything. But like, this was a whole fucking different level of just like, this is how a fucking kitchen should run.
Did you guys have any cute moments?
We didn't even have a fucking dishwasher last night. It was him and I bouncing from line to dishes to this to that. Like, it was just, and we were done, ready to walk out the door by 8. We had a couple last minute motherfuckers. Still fucking hate people. Like,
That
come
will
on.
happen.
You know a place is closing. There's no problem going in and ordering food to go. Don't fucking sit down.
Oh.
Don't sit down. Don't be that fucking person.
It wasn't. Remember Princess?
Yeah, I fucking remember.
Yeah.
It
It wasn't her, right?
No,
Okay.
You got a regular?
I don't think it was regulars because it didn't. No one was thrilled about it.
So,
Justin, did you and this guy have any cute moments? Like, were you guys both running to go grab the same thing at the same time, and you both grabbed it, and you both went?
Like 2 or 3 times actually.
And then, like, you're looking for a tool, and he's got it in his hand, looking behind you, just going.
Yes,
And you,
it fucking happened.
So, who was in the front? Was it Jay or was it Chris?
So it was Jay because it was Monday. Chris was off. And then, why am I blanking on his fucking son's name?
Oh, Eric.
Eric took over for like the last. Danielle. So it was Danielle and Jay all day.
Okay. Oh, you haven't
And,
worked with D yet, then?
She did. She came in.
Oh, okay.
So I was getting there. Spoilers, kids. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But they kept coming back, and they're like, because apparently Spencer's had like no help. Period. Like, he's been working by himself on the line like 3 fucking days a week.
For how long?
He didn't say, but they had been acting like it's been a while.
It's fucking crazy.
So he was like fucking thrilled that someone was there and they were competent. And so like,
who was it? Sorry.
This guy.
He's good, right? And I'm like, nah. He's like, no, yeah, this is great. And then at one point he's like, I don't know if they talk to you, but like, I'll try to get a second day off and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, like if I'm here that long, because like they were made aware when we talked that like I am still actively pursuing another job. And they were fine. They needed help, and it's a mutual thing. Get to that in a minute. But I did get to work with Joe's sister, who fans of the show know.
I was hoping we'd get to that part of the story.
I told her on a 4th of July, I'm just like, yeah, guess who's? I know who's coming back to Mark Andrews. She's looking at me like I'm like, what? How? Who? What? I'm like, yeah, I know things.
You should have let her be surprised.
She went and told Jay and Danielle that she knew, and she's like, "Is it true?" And they're like, "What?" And she's like, "Justin's gonna work here." And they're like, "Yes." And she's like, she got excited. Straight up, first conversation we have, she's like, "I'm really glad you're here, because I don't know if you know about the whole Chris thing." And I was like, "I've heard your brothers filled me in." She's like, "I fucking hate him." And I was like, "Okay."
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I was like, and she's like, and Joe said that you know how to handle him. I was like, "Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yes.
As long as I'm here, you're fine."
Is there any context you can give to the listeners as to why?
I can't really.
Yeah.
We're not at liberty to talk about it. Yeah, I'm sure you could fucking figure it out in your head. She's still adorable. I love your sister. We talked about the kids. She brought up that.
Talk about making another one.
No, she didn't actually.
Well, she didn't ask you to make another one then.
Hang on. Hold on, Joe. You might get a little uncomfortable. So
That's the goal.
I'm wearing my Nerdaties shirt.
Uh-huh.
And Jay's in the back, and he's like, "Oh, he's still doing it. He's got this, At this point, we had already talked about that for a while." And he's like, Dee and him were on the opposite side of the line, packing stuff, and she's like, "Oh, I was in a Nerdaties video," and I was like, "Damn, that she was." And she's like, "A naughty one," and I was like,
Not as naughty as it could have been.
and Jay's like,
Says
"What?"
that.
And Jay's like, "What now?" And she's like, "Yeah, I was in a real naughty one with Justin," and he's like. I was like, "Yeah, we made Joe as uncomfortable as we fucking could." She's
You
like,
two ended up in bed together.
She goes, "We could have made him more uncomfortable." And I was like, "All right."
We still can.
Joe, your endurance, Joe, is top notch.
Oh man.
So I leave yesterday, and I get home, and I'm eating for the first time in the day. I'm scrolling through my emails, and I had gotten one from the post office. So they needed
Hey,
another.
welcome back.
See you tomorrow.
We're getting there.
In Brooklyn.
so they're like, "Hey, since it's been like 2 years, we just need your driver's license info again. We got to run a driving check, make sure you haven't gotten any DUIs or anything like that." In my head, I'm like, I barely fucking drove. So I said that. Then today, I get contacted by AAA, who's also a former employer of mine. And they're like, "Hey, we got a position opening up."
What is this, homecoming week?
They're like, "Are you interested?" And I'm like, "Well, let's chat." It's more money than I'm currently getting paid. It's a work from home spot. The hours are better. And it's 5 weeks of training that start after I come back from vacation. So even if I ride out the 5 weeks of training for better pay, I can still snag the post office job.
I kind of hope a situation happens like Parks and Rec with Adam Scott's character, where the accounting firm is constantly trying to hire him,
Yeah.
and he'll accept their offer, and then the day he goes to start, he quits every time.
So yeah, I was like, "Oh wow, this is fun timing."
When it rains, huh?
Mm-hmm. So I tell you what though, even though the restaurant isn't open as late, coming home that late and like eating sucked.
I can
Also,
imagine.
It's a horrendous lifestyle.
Yeah.
Also, Zach was very upset. Like he was not going to bed, so I had to FaceTime him when I got in the car. So I got in the car like a few minutes after, like it was 8:35. And he's like, "Are you coming home?" And I was like, "Yes, Daddy's coming home." He's like, "Can we play hide and seek?" I was like, "Bro, bud, you got to go to bed." So he's like,
So he cried.
yeah, all pouty face and upset. And I was like, "Yep. This.
That's probably one of the longest days he spent without you. That, like, other than school. But even then,
I mean,
like,
if you think about it, so I was in the post office when he was born.
Hmm.
So he had that, but I still got home for like the entire evening time that he was awake. You know?
but there's no way he remembers that phase of his life.
No. But I'm saying like for myself,
Yeah.
when it
Yeah.
like mentally comparing the two, it's like I got to leave here by like 9:15, 9:20 to get there for 10, and then I'm there. I'm only technically supposed to be there till like after dinner rush, but last night I don't know what the deal was, but I didn't leave until we were done at 8:30.
Probably because you didn't have a dishwasher.
More than likely because
Yeah.
we didn't have a.
Yeah.
So like I'm hoping that the rest of this week is a little different. Once dinner rush is over, I can peace out so that I can at least be home for like a half hour before he's got to go to bed, because like it would fucking crush me. Like I have no problem working out of the house, like away from the house, like back at the post office or like something else where again I'm home for the evenings, but like being away for like the key times for him for the day like affect him more. And I don't like today he wasn't feeling too well, but like super clingy and like, which is fine, but I feel bad.
Yeah, like from his perspective, all he's ever really known is you're home all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You and Monty are home all the time. There's very, very rarely any time he's not with you guys, and when it is, it's not for a very long period.
yeah. I mean, he went to school and he was fine. He loved school.
Yeah, but like that's a structured thing. Like all throughout the last year or so, he knows this time of day I get up, and he's only there for X amount of time. Then he comes home, you guys are both there.
Yeah.
Like this is a whole day where he barely saw you. Yeah, it's gotta mess with him.
And it's gonna like it's about to be 3 days in a row of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know it's gonna affect him. So I got to do what I got to do for the next couple weeks until we go on vacation. But if certain things work out with other certain places, it'll be a very short run. But again, they are aware, and I said I would keep them, abreast of all the situation.
See.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that you have like a finish line for that situation with Zach, plus the vacation coming up too. So
Yeah.
So that you can like, I mean, for him, but also for you, that you know that like, yeah, that I'm not gonna have to be feeling this way forever. You know what I mean? And you're gonna get that vacation break in there too, of like getting to actually be with him all day for however long.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we're currently going through. I mean, we're currently going through the same thing with Sadie right now, where Emery was used to being in school and going to before care or after care like 3 days a week during the school year. I drop Sadie off in the morning, I pick her up at night, and then like I have at least 3 nights a week I have with her, and then like the other nights except for like when we do the show, I also do bedtime with her like the other nights of the week. So like in the summer I still am dropping them off in the morning 3 times a week, but that's it. Like I'm not picking them up from anywhere.
Yeah.
So Sadie doesn't get that extra whatever it is, 6 hours with me a week that she was getting before. And like this is only week 2 of it.
Yeah.
Or week 3 of it, whatever. And she's already like, you could tell that she's like, by the time I'm in the car driving home and I'm still like 45 minutes away, she's already screaming for 45 minutes for me to get home. It's crazy.
Like now, most of the time we have James now for the summer, which is another thing that sucks because like there's extra time with James, and yes, Zach and Ashley is still getting it, but like now I only have Saturday and Sundays after we're done cleaning.
Yeah.
So
wait a minute. So when you say you get him for the whole summer,
so the schedule worked out for the summer that we pick him up on Thursdays after he mows my dad's lawn in the morning. And then we have him Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And he goes back Tuesday because both AJ and Veronica work like all day. And the girls are in summer camp. So they didn't want him just sitting around the house.
I gotcha.
So we had worked that, especially since his volleyball season really screwed up our normal schedule. and I'm happy, undefeated season, like good for them and everything. But like, we were only getting him like 3 o'clock on Saturdays through Sunday, and then he was back to school on Monday.
Yeah.
So it's cool to get the extra time with him. But like, that's why another thing too was like, when I talked to the owners, I was like, hey, like if I can skate a little early, and I'm hoping, like Joe said, because we didn't have a dishwasher, it'll be a little different the next couple days. Because then, if I can leave at 7:30, and be home between 7:30 and 8, it gives me time with Zach, and I still get time with James, and it's not so bad.
Yeah.
And of course, my wife. I can't
Of
not
course.
her, but,
Goes without saying.
who had, she was a fun conversation yesterday. She went to the doctor's, and the doctor was like, when are you having another kid?
Oh, back off, Doc.
So he tells me this. I was like, I was like, do we need that conversation? So we had a conversation today.
She's 6 weeks.
No, she is not. She is not pregnant.
I wasn't sure because I thought I heard a conversation on Saturday that had all the earmarks of pregnancy in it.
Between her and I?
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
she
it was someone else and her. It danced around the notions of being late and
I can
timing and
tell. Well, yes, she was.
okay.
But not. She's not. Yeah, conversation was had between her and another person, I believe. It's a potential. We have a time frame. But there was like, clearly I have to obtain one of the other two jobs that are, I'm seeking out. And we got to see what that monetary stability looks like. And there's a lifespan cutoff date for myself.
If you have a kid now, you'll be 58 when they graduate.
Yeah, which isn't terrible. I said I've got about a year in me physically, because like over the last 2 years.
But you can't fuck anymore? Oh, that's so sad.
No, fuck all the time. No, I'm saying like physically. Once 40 hit, my body started feeling things that it hasn't felt before, and I don't know if it coincided with leaving the post office and not being like 10, 12-hour day long, just go kind of shit. But like up until last year, I've never felt fatigue before, and I thought I was dying. And so I go to the doctor. He's like, "No, you're just fatigued." And I was like,
Just old.
What the fuck does that mean? And he's like, fucking 40 now, dude. And I was like, I've never felt this before. And he's like, well, you've never slowed down long enough to feel it before. So it's like a thing that comes and goes every once in a while now. And I fucking hate it. But like last night, right? My fucking knees were shot. My back is hurt from injuring it at the post office. So like every once in a while you'll see that I'm just like, I moved the wrong way and I fucking pull it again. So we had a very honest conversation. I was like, I've got a year physically left where I can manage like a newborn child. And she goes, same. Like we're on the same, like she doesn't want to hit past a certain self. And so we agreed. We'll see how the next few months play out, and we'll see if there is another Patterson child to be had.
Yeah, this getting old shit is no joke.
Oh,
You-
dude.
You know that feeling your feet have after a long day at a theme park?
The throbbing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
throb.
And then you take a day off, and the next day, like you take a pool day, and the next day
Yeah.
you're like, all right, my feet aren't perfect, but they're 3 months. My feet have felt like that nonstop. They're just not fucking healing.
Yeah.
Have you
And
been eating your green vegetables?
yeah, saying my prayers, eat my vitamins.
Just throwing it out there.
Do you take like greens? Do you drink greens?
No,
Like so they make powdered stuff, greens. Vinny will tell you all about it. It's good for you. It will replace a majority of like green vegetables that you could be taking into your diet.
Don't they also make anal supplements?
Suppositories, yes, Kyle. Thanks for mentioning that. So you take these pill. They look like little pods. You stick them up your butthole, and then you don't put it all the way in it. Your butthole will just grab onto it, and it'll suck in like a vacuum.
your butthole.
Oh my
don't,
God.
don't talk about mine.
Were you geared up for that before I said anything?
No,
You were
Stay on
just
that
you
topic.
just heard what I said and just flipped the switch that fast?
yeah.
You
Good
should
for
know
you.
that by now, dude.
Good for you.
That was great.
Well, I thought we were just on the same page.
Oh, of course, always. That's why I'm an engineer.
Now, there's an oral option, right?
Well, I
Uh,
wouldn't use the same pill.
Yeah, well, I mean, a guy I know, he said he got pink eye because he snorted one out of a girl's butthole, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, so it's a powder and it's flavored, and you add it to water, you blend it up, you drink it. It'll come in like fruity flavors. That doesn't taste like fucking chlorophyll.
That's
Yeah.
that'd make me puke.
Yeah, I know.
Honey and red apple cider vinegar really kind of dilutes that green, earthy taste.
Yeah, honey's good.
Honey helps a lot.
Yeah.
Hot honey, they're putting out everything.
Good. You want a little spice.
Ooh.
But yeah, the moral of the story is Joe's sister still has a very nice ass to look at. I'm bringing her up.
Nice.
Love
Hey,
you, Joe.
good for you, Joe.
2 kids and she's keeping it tight. Good for her.
So
Mhm. No, she only had one.
she has
kid, right?
one. She has
One?
Yeah,
Okay.
one.
So I guess the question is, when is she having another kid?
Never.
She's not gonna bring another little Republican into the world.
Oh.
There's no talk of that out of her yesterday. So.
You yeah, she's been good lately.
Way to keep it professional.
Yeah, with that.
Well, I'm sure the news of the fact that there apparently is no Epstein list is starting to turn some of them against their former master.
You know, I think we might be lied to.
Yeah, so I turned 41 on Sunday.
Yeah, you did.
I'm yeah.
Happy
So,
birthday, buddy.
thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. You know, it was a good birthday week. I'd had a 4-day weekend. It was pretty relaxing. You know,
Nice.
watched what?
Is your wife around?
She's in the other room.
Can you bring her in the room?
No.
Justin,
answer
leave
for
her
her?
be. Joe, give us the details anyway.
I mean, I'll text her.
I
If
know you will.
I have before.
I think she's getting ready for bed.
Oh, that excuse?
You got like 45 minutes, Justin, till she's available.
So did she peg you?
No.
No, she didn't.
No.
That's upsetting.
No.
Okay, well, let's get serious. You get a handy.
No.
Did you get a
You get a
blow?
mouthy. You get a blowy.
No.
You get standard?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, at least you got something.
Yeah.
Now,
Nice.
was it upgraded standard? Was like reverse? Was there some reverse or
There was
dress up? Did she put on a Trek shirt?
no.
No? No elf ears?
No,
No?
no elf ears.
Did you guys breathe into each other's mouths and become like one entity? feel it in your spirit.
God.
It was I had a good birthday.
Handcuffs?
Nice.
Was ice cream or ice cream toppings involved?
No, but
He
I did have
hesitated
good
for a
ice cream.
He
I
hesitated.
think
go
they call
bowling?
that sloshing, if I remember correctly from Real Sex.
Did you go bowling? You get it from behind, and you stick your thumb in the socket.
Joe, where'd you get ice cream from?
Scoop to my Lou. It was on our ice cream tour. It's up in New Brunswick.
Okay.
I had a chocolate peanut butter cup. Beth had Bananas Foster. Her banana ice cream was one of the best banana ice creams I've ever had.
Well, shit.
Yeah, that was really, really good. The chocolate peanut butter was good. There were chunks of peanut butter cups in it, but her Bananas Foster was like worthy of. I would go back there for it. Like I would drive back to New Brunswick to get that ice cream.
You guys are
Joe.
taking this ice cream tour a little bit too seriously.
We
Joe.
do it every year.
Have you had Jersey Cow yet?
Why does that sound familiar? Where's Jersey Cow?
It's a place down here.
Wait, did no? I went there with you.
No.
No,
We
not
took
that
you to
place?
That's Royal Crown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jersey Cow. I have not been there, but they're opening a new one right like by my house. We're gonna have to try soon.
Is that the one where we've been trying to figure out how big that building is and if it's really big enough
It's
to be
done.
Yeah.
The building's done now.
Okay.
They pulled it off. But I'm glad you had a good birthday. I was hoping you'd get pegged, but
No. I did.
Is it-
I
Just on your birthday?
no.
There was some before, the day
Uh-huh.
before, the day after. It was
He
a
did say
birthday
it was
weekend extravaganza.
birthday weekend.
It's the birthday weekend.
All right.
Did you play some R. Kelly?
No, no. I
Some Diddy.
no. God no.
Convert.
I did watch something I'm gonna review. I watched.
Good. It's not the time for that.
Nope. I watched something else too that I have a review, hence I'm wearing
Good.
the shirt.
All right.
Showtime.
Yes, do Showtime stuff. But sadly,
No.
we got to bring it down
yeah.
for a second.
Yeah, we do.
I have 3 rest in pieces this week.
I mean, you're probably right, but I tend not to.
Yeah, it's been.
Okay, I'll lead with one that's not quite as personally impactful, but it's one of those. Really? Guy named Kenneth Connolly. He's the dude that played Admiral Piet in Empire Strikes Back. The guy who every time something went wrong, you thought Vader was going to choke his ass, and right at the end, when the Falcon takes off, you're like, "Oh, this dude's dead now." And Vader stops and does that double take. That you believe this shit double take? And just walks by him. That guy passed away at 87.
He was also in Life of Brian.
Okay. Oh, was he?
Mhm.
Bringing it back around.
Yep.
Python stuff. Of the other 2, yeah, I'm gonna have to say Julian McMahon goes out first because he wasn't in quite as many things that were impactful to our genres.
I mean, Nip Tuck was strong for a long time. He was the OG Doctor Doom.
He was Dr. Doom in 2 films, and he was on Charmed. So I guess
Yes,
yeah,
he wasn't Charmed.
he did have a good run. In honor of talking about him, I just rewatched the first Fantastic Four today.
Wasn't he also in Runaways?
Was he now?
No,
I don't think so.
What?
well, Spike was.
Yeah, James Marsters was.
Joe, double check that though. Marvel's
Yeah,
Runaways.
I'm going with this.
56 years old. He hadn't been in a lot of things that I'd seen recently, and there was a picture of him on a red carpet that he looked fairly emaciated. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he was
a
Jonah.
mustache.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh, he was on there.
Yeah.
He outproduced you, Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
56. That one's really sad. And just as sad, I'd have to say, Mr. Blonde.
Yeah.
Shit. I can't remember any other character
He
names of his.
was,
Bill's brother.
uh,
He was in Species.
he was in a Bond movie.
He's in a Bond
He
movie?
was in a Bond movie. He was in Die Another Day. He was actually the CIA agent.
That was a
Brosnan.
Brosnan?
Yeah.
Okay. Really fell off at that. Oh, he was in Hateful Eight, of course. He's a Tarantino favorite.
Yeah, he was Bud in Kill Bill.
Bud.
He was Mr. Blonde, aka Vincent's brother.
Vic Vega.
Vic Vega. Yep.
I'm trying to remember what GTA game he was in, but he played a very important role in one of the GTA games. I think it was 3. Wasn't the main character, because the main character didn't have a voice in that game.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going. Shit, GTA 3 was fucking.
Yeah, you'd have to go back to like 2000, 2001.
Woods,
Man had a strong filmography.
he was in a lot of stuff.
370 acting credits.
Wow.
This one hurt. When I read that, I was like, no.
5 upcoming movies.
He was in Sin City.
That's right. He was in, I don't like to bring up Sin City because I think that's his worst performance.
He was over. I'd like to think he was over. He was in GTA 3. Yes. Tony Cipriani.
Yeah, that's right. He was the mob boss.
He was intentionally over the top as Hardigan's
But no,
partner.
like, he wasn't over the top. That's the problem. Like, if you've read the comics, the character's really intense. He kind of just, I wouldn't say mumbles his way, but just speaks the lines. He could have pulled off that character if he put some intensity to it. Unfortunately, the character wasn't in that movie a lot. Let's not shit on the man, though.
No, he was in Donnie Brasco.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give it its due.
Yeah. All right. Better stuff.
One other personal thing I forgot to mention.
Man.
We, the 3 of us, Kyle, myself, and Mike, got to meet James's girlfriend over the weekend. I liked her.
How was he about it?
How was he?
Oh, he was delightful about it.
Yeah, so there was one of my favorite moments in life happened between Kyle and James, and I will let Kyle tell it because it's a
I don't know what the fuck he was thinking.
I was paying attention during this moment.
So,
you were
do you just want me to go into it right now?
yes, please.
All right, so they walk into the house, and I'm not coming in to like greet them. I just happen to be walking into the house for something else. And James walks up, and he's like, I don't know, a step or two ahead of his girlfriend. And he comes over, and he's like a few steps away from me, and he just stops. Before he comes over to me to say hello, he just stops, and he just stares at me, waiting to see what I'm going to do. So I take like one more step forward, and then he fully walks towards me, and we shake hands. And we're continuing to shake hands. And he's not letting go of my hand. And I go, "What's up?" And he goes, "What's up?" And I go, "I don't know. What's up?" And then he's like, "Oh, this is my girlfriend." And I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And I shook her hand, but whatever. And then that was just super awkward. So I told them about it. And then I decided, and I didn't keep this up the whole night, but I made a decision in my head that I told these guys about. Every time I passed James for the rest of the night, I was going to shake his hand just to remind him of how awkward he was in front of his girlfriend. And so I only did it 3 more times over the course of the rest of the night.
That's more than enough.
But yeah, he, for some reason, and I don't know, because he said this to Justin, and he also said it multiple times to me. For some reason, he was most worried about me, like how I would behave in front of her. And I was like, really, out of everybody here, out of everybody, like take Mike and Justin out of the equation. My mother, like you're not more worried about my mom than me.
I told him, I said, Joy's number one. But like I go, remember, you cold shouldered Aunt Jill the last time you saw her.
Yeah, I mean,
when we picked up Zach for his last day of school, James was with us. And Jill was out front saying goodbye to her kids. And like we all see Jill and we wave and say hi. James doesn't say shit. He's walking to the car and she goes, James David, are you kidding me?
well, I didn't even know that story, but no, I mean, like, and then this kid who's like so worried about what I'm gonna do is trying to coax me into the pool so that he can wrestle me in front of his girlfriend, which is just like, why? Why would you unleash the beast? Why would you want me to embarrass you?
And you didn't get in the pool.
No, you didn't. You didn't need to, though, because I was in the pool embarrassing him more than enough.
But like, I don't know. What was his plan? His plan was to get me in the pool and say, "Hey, watch this. I love to get choked out."
You thought he had a plan?
You know he has no plan.
I don't know what he was thinking. Did you hear that when we went to the fireworks? Joe was like, "They're not even holding hands. He's not even hugging her." And so I was like, "Okay." And she goes, "He should hug her." And I was like, "If you think he should hold her hand, go fucking tell him yourself." So she did. She went over in the middle of the fireworks and goes to James, goes, "Hold her hand." And then like came back over to me and he was like, "No."
She activated so many butterflies in his stomach. She's like, "Oh my fucking god! If I hold her hand right now, we're pretty much married."
Mm-hmm.
She, so she was, I mean, of course, she was quiet.
Yeah, it's a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah, but she like, she would chat if you talk to her.
Yeah, same with me. I was out on the back porch when they came in, and he comes walking up. He's like, "Hey, hi, this is my girlfriend." I was like, "Hey, I'm Mike. Don't worry, I won't embarrass him at all." There was a moment where you had to say to your mom, where Kyla had to say to his mom, "Leave him alone," because she was all on him.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about what, but she was joining it up like crazy.
Yeah.
Even my father warned him that Joy was going to be the problem for him.
Mm-hmm. I look forward to every other opportunity to embarrass him.
Yes.
Yeah, he tried to like drown me in the pool, and every instance I just jujitsu'd his ass off of me.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was thinking. All right. Back to the regular show though. I
have no casting.
I got a little bit. It's rumor though. Both elements are rumor. Florence Pugh is the front runner, they're saying, for this live action Rapunzel from Disney. Which I like
I
that.
like it.
I've only seen it as like an AI thing, so I don't know how much credibility there is to that.
Well, yeah, I've heard the term passed around, but the other rumor to tag onto that is the potential casting of Mother Gothel. And this could be really weird to watch if it happens, because they're talking about ScarJo playing Mother Gothel.
Yeah, I think that's a whole
That's stunt casting.
fan casting.
Yeah.
But it made its way to superhero hype, and they tend to vet these things a little better. The majority of the stuff they give time to pans out. So I think someone older would make a lot more sense. They're way too close for me in age. And the other rumor being that Pom Klementif, who was our Mantis for a handful of movies, thanks to James Gunn, might be getting a Huntress TV series from DC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they needed to find a place for her. Gunn's not going to leave her flapping in the wind.
That
And
just popped up
photography.
for me.
Yeah. Oh, your phone's listening to me?
Yeah,
Thank you.
actually, yeah, it's listening.
Am I right in saying that there was only one trailer? Or did
One trailer.
One trailer. One measly trailer. Afterburn, starring Sam Jackson and Dave Bautista, looks like a movie.
It looks it's popcorny fun.
Yeah. Mad Max meets the Monuments Men.
Pretty much.
Maybe if it comes directly to something, it's like a Prime movie. Whenever it comes to streamer, I'll
Whenever
check.
it comes to streaming, I'll watch it.
Yeah, definitely not going to a theater for this.
That's it.
That is it.
That's it.
I want to do a quick recap of that FF rewatch I talked about earlier. The opening, they absolutely wanted to do an X-Men type opening sequence, but the budget fell apart. They had that whole logo they were going to dance around for 2 minutes, but it never happened. That was kind of sad. And it was very prescient about the future, having a multi-billionaire with his own spaceship.
Yeah.
Other than that, the only real problem I have with the movie is Chiklis's thing makeup. The movie was actually really good. I forgot how strong it was.
Yeah.
The dynamics between them. If the character interactions are in First Steps or anything like this, and then everything else is that much better, it's going to be one of the best Marvel movies ever.
I hope so.
I truly, dearly hope so.
I'm like, my hang up with this movie is going to be completely whether or not Joseph Quinn can nail Johnny Storm.
I mean, in the little peeks that we've seen, he seems to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but that I thought Michael B. Jordan was going to be like good. I mean, controversial, yes, but I thought he was going to be a good casting for that role. But he ended up like with all the other problems of that movie,
Listen,
he couldn't even come close to what Chris Evans did with the role. So like,
that's not how they.
I'm worried that like my brain is going to do the same thing.
That's not how they wrote that version of Johnny Storm in that movie. That movie was like the complete opposite of how all those characters are normally presented.
Yeah, nobody's characterization was on point.
No, that movie sucked. It was so awful. I turned it off.
Yeah.
Do you got any other reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody here who has
Besides the big one,
the big one, the big group one.
big group one, yeah.
Okay. I'll do my single.
Okay.
Anyone here who has HBO Max,
Mm-hmm.
take the time to watch Sinners. Sinners is fucking excellent.
Yeah.
It is everything they say.
It looks really good.
It is, like I was saying earlier, one of my favorite vampire movies now because it takes references from so many other things, but it isn't just derivative. This is one of those movies like Black Panther that solidifies Ryan Coogler as a visionary. Like with that, he had a world to build in and did interesting stuff within that framework. This thing, he is free to make his own story. And there are moments in it. Like it's a little slow at first, in as much as not much happens, but the character development is great. You get to learn who these people are, the world around them, 1932 Mississippi, and where they've been, where they're coming back to. And then when the actual party starts and things start to pick up and the vampirism of the whole thing kicks in, it's From Dusk Till Dawn meets there's so many Siege movies that I had in mind. I really should have written down, but it's definitely its own thing. One of the craziest bits coming out of I watched it the first time and then put it on a little later in the day and was reading trivia on IMDb about it. One of the inspirations for it was Metallica's One.
Okay.
That statement from Ryan Coogler alone is why I love him. He is so eclectic. Obviously, he's trying to do right by his own heritage, but that statement and the movie in general shows how much respect he has for other people's cultures. Because it intertwines not quite as much the Chinese influence in the Mississippi Delta. That's a part of it. There's two very important Chinese characters in it, and then the Irish influence at that point in time. It's like a triumvirate of stuff. There's a little bit of Native American in there, and doing research about it afterwards, all of their lives were very intertwined in that area at that time. The vampire parts are fucking spot on sweet. Like one of my a very straightforward vampire mythology. There's two scenes in particular. They're musical scenes, and you know everyone knows I'm not the biggest musical guy, but it's not a musical. It's moments where people are singing, where his visionary concepts really come into play. The first one, when one of the main characters is doing his blues performance at the party, stuff starts to happen in it that they tease in the opening thing. The opening has an opening just like Black Panther, where it's someone telling a story with like animated stuff moving it along. When that first musical sequence happens, it references back to that. You're like, holy fucking shit, what is happening in this movie right now? What am I seeing? Why are these characters popping up? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, he's telling a deep story here. And then there's an Irish song later that really brings my fucking patty up. It absolutely gets my shamrock going. Such a good movie.
A lot of cunnilingus, right?
Not a lot. One cunnilingus scene.
Isn't there a lot of reference to the vagina, though?
Oh, yeah, there's a good amount.
Yeah.
There's a great bit where, and one of the coolest things is how Michael B. Jordan plays the two different characters.
Yeah.
At first, there's no distinction. They're both hard asses. And then when you start to learn more about both of them, you see, wait, one of them's more of a hard ass than the other. The other one has got to be hard because of the situation, but the other one actually is dangerous and hard.
Yeah.
One of the points is he's teaching his younger cousin about eating pussy.
Yeah.
And then someone else, actually, it's really really, really weird hearing Haley Steinfeld say, "You licked my coos."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the cunnilingus scene.
Yeah.
But it's not, he doesn't hold back. There's a fair amount of sex in it.
Yeah.
But it's not the whole story.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out. So fucking good. Joe.
Well, got into the first episode of the new season of The Bear. So good, still good, continues to be perfection. We watched, James, myself, and Ashley, we watched Heads of State over the weekend. The Idris Elba, John Cena, Amazon Prime action flick. It's a fucking who's who in this movie.
Cameo Festival?
Charlton Copley is in this fucking movie.
Makes everything better.
But they were like, Idris and Cena are doing a movie. You want a cameo? Yeah. Do you mind if we fucking kill you? Because everybody that cameos in this movie dies. Your girl Carla Gugino's in it.
Oh, Carla Gugino.
So there's that. It's great. Vinny, one of the main bad guys is King what's his fuck from House of Dragons.
That's a weird name. That's a weird name for
Yeah,
a character.
the uncle brother.
Rhaenyra's dad.
Oh, really? He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Like melt face, like syphilis face.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Yeah. So it's fucking fun. It's a fun fucking movie. And their chemistry is really great.
It's on the docket. I gotta watch Rambo 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
You'll
And then Sinners, and then that.
You'll love it. It's everything you would like about a fucking action movie.
But John Cena's in it.
I understand that, but he plays the opposite of what you would expect John Cena to be playing. And he's Idris Elba. It's like,
I'll up and do it.
This is him being like, fuck you for not making me James Bond.
Oh, cool.
20 years ago.
Give him
No,
his
10
own
years
James
ago.
Bond. Why is there no 003 or something like that?
Yeah, because they're racist. Anyways, so yeah.
Well, they're British. They're a dash of something else.
Anybody got anything else?
Yes.
Yeah. Joe, you want to go or you want me to go?
Go
You,
ahead.
me,
Go ahead.
him, me, him, you.
Go ahead.
Then he goes,
Okay.
What do you got?
Thunderbolts. I seen it.
You finished it?
I finished it.
Okay.
I feel like they want to make the Scarlet Witch lady. I feel like they really want to make a movie for her, and they kind of did like a Furiosa thing with her in this movie. It was a lot about her.
Oh, you mean
Which-
Black Widow?
Yes, the Black Widow lady. What's her name?
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh. Yeah, she's a good actress. Yelena. I just feel like they underutilized everybody else. They overutilized the Russian Guardian guy. I don't know why they didn't kill him off halfway through. Annoying. Not enough Bucky. They could have used more Walker. I liked Walker. And the Invisible Lady, like, what is she from?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Is she?
Yeah.
They should have used her more. Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of her, which is fine, but the ensemble, I feel like, was, a little lopsided. Bob. Oh, Bob. I just don't get why they made this movie. Like, everyone needs a pep talk how they can do it. You can do it. And then there's Bob, who can kill everybody, but he's also like half a puss. And oh yeah, dude. Also, what is her stupid name? Helena Fonta Lavana?
Val?
Valentina LaFonda Wanda?
Steve Fontaine. Yeah.
Dude, get rid of her. She's way too cartoony. I can't do it. It bothers me. I didn't see the post-credit scene, by the way. What was it?
It involves Avengers Endgame. Not
Okay.
Endgame, Doomsday.
Oh, that's cool.
Sets up them.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't think it was a total bad movie. I don't know. I didn't get it.
It's not like it's arithmetic. It's an action.
No, I know, but again, it's an ensemble movie, but it was mostly about Black Widow and Helena Blavatsky lady. What's her name? Valentina Lavanda.
And it got a DeVita.
Yeah, I don't know. And I did think it was very clever how they made her come out the other end of it all. But again, I didn't get it. I don't know, where would a Sentry go from there?
Well, that's the thing. In the end credit sequence, they kind of set it up perfectly.
Oh, they did? Okay. Is it on the YouTubes?
It might be, but just the basic breakdown for that part of it, because it's one of the longer end credit sequences. They're all together in Avengers Tower, and they have some of their newer costumes on or their newer outfits, and they're talking about how underpowered they are. But like Bob's sitting right there, and someone goes, "Well, we do have a Sentry. Not like you can't just stop anything." He goes, "Yeah, but then we risk the possibility of the Void coming back, so I can't really get involved unless the situation demands it. I really shouldn't be involved."
Hint, hint,
True.
Hint, hint.
Yeah.
He's going to be a very important part of Doomsday, one way or another.
Okay. Yeah. It was fine. Overall, it was fine.
Passable.
Yeah, I'll probably never watch it again, but it was fine.
Okay.
Okay.
What were your review?
I watched Back to the Beginning, the farewell concert of Ozzy Osbourne.
What was that on?
It was streaming. It was just They were just live streaming. They were selling tickets, but they were also you could watch it on YouTube.
Okay.
Um,
We were just talking about that today in the van. Like you'd figure they'd have made more of a deal about that. Like they'd put it on a streamer. 'Cause it's like-
I hope they
experience.
do. Just there were some there were some great things about it. There were some negative things. One of the negative things, Pantera. I fucking love Pantera. Whoever did the audio engineering for Zakk Wylde's guitar was not there because his guitar sounded like shit. Phil Anselmo, lead singer of Pantera, sounded amazing. Couple highlights. Steven Tyler. They did 2 supergroups during this festival. Steven Tyler came out and did Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin. Fucking knocked it out of the park.
Okay, that's weird to me. Because wouldn't you figure they'd be doing a bunch of Ozzy related stuff?
They did. There was like a bunch of bands would come up. They do a Black Sabbath song. They do an Ozzy cover. Sammy Hagar did Flying High Again. It was awful. And I like Sammy Hagar. It was awful.
Right. Much as I love all of you, we are getting long in the tooth here in the reviews.
All right. So, bulk of it, Metallica was great. Ozzy and Black Sabbath, phenomenal. Your heart went out for Ozzy though, because you could see he wanted to get up.
Yeah, telling you to wrap the fuck up. Was it good? Worth watching?
Yeah.
Okay. Ironheart. Ready?
Yes.
It's a shame they dropped the episodes the way they dropped it. The show was really, really good. Being a Doctor Strange fan and a big fan of Strange Academy, when they drop Zelma up in there and she looks so accurate, I got really fucking excited.
It's part of the future.
Yeah, for sure. My biggest problem with the whole series now that it's over was Riri herself.
The actress or what the character did?
What the character did.
Yeah, that pissed me off the whole time, but it was very much an echo of Tony Stark.
Yeah, I get that, but like, that's not her deal. She's supposed to be like, what if Tony Stark was not Tony Stark? And like,
She's painfully irresponsible throughout the entire thing.
Absolutely.
Very irresponsible.
Like, the lack of like a fucking self-confidence in a super genius person really drove me fucking crazy. Like, she didn't have to be like, I'm better than everybody. I'm not asking for that. But like, even in the moments where it needed to be, where she showed a little bit of that, she didn't. And how fucking dare you end the show the way you end the fucking show?
The end of the show was very confusing.
Yeah.
Well, the end, her part of the end, or the post credits tag.
You didn't get it?
Well,
oh no, I got it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
you can't believe she made that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You figure she would. That's the thing. She learns nothing throughout this series.
Right.
And it's frustrating as fuck. Like, she's constantly her whole rationale for doing what she's doing, you don't get it until the very end. You're like, okay, I understand it now. You went through a trauma. You're trying to protect the people around you because of the trauma, but you're not learning that that's not the way to do it.
Yeah, you don't make that deal.
Keep digging yourself in deeper and deeper, and then anyone tries to help you, you're just like, no, I got it. No, you keep making more and more mistakes, and you don't notice that you're making the mistakes, and a smarter person would notice that. But Tony did the same shit. So it's part and parcel for geniuses to be too arrogant.
Sacha Cohen.
All of his scenes were excellent.
Yes.
The him dipping in and out of the accent thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I see what you do there.
Yeah, I saw a clip of that. He actually, I'm amazed by it because I was expecting like, I'm a Mephisto. How you doing? Very nice. Nice suit. I like it. Bye.
Woman, you're a woman with a metal suit. What?
Genius. Woman.
Smart woman. This is oxymoron. Huh?
Smile for me, baby.
But yeah, he was.
Yeah, it was good. From
When
what I
she,
saw anyway.
when she fucking calls him Dormammu
Mhm.
and he has his reaction.
Not fit to wipe my.
My asshole.
Yeah, can't remember the specific wording, but yeah, my glorious asshole, I believe it was.
Yeah.
The moment between him and Parker, where Parker's in that like soundproof room asking for him, and it's like, no, bro, you made the deal. I followed through. You're the one fucking up.
Mhm.
It's where the real him, the salesman him, has the American accent, but the real him is the Cockney monster.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a nice way to go.
It's a little frustrating. They said these characters and their stories will be continued, but they may not be continued in a second season.
Yeah, and this show actually did well.
Yeah.
That's all the hate. Fuck the haters. But if the haters didn't do what they did, the show would have had a Rotten Tomato score of at over 90. They got it
can't-
up to the 80s.
You can't trust any review nowadays
No.
for anything because it just gets bombed.
But like all around, super happy with
Oh, it was great.
what this show does for the MCU in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
This show
A
is
nice 6-episode run.
Mm-hmm.
Don't overstay your welcome.
It had heart.
All the shit with Natalie, like that character
Yeah.
progression, not even like that character's not going to grow much, but the way everyone reacted to her, especially like Xavier, like you're trying to hide what she is from him the whole time, and then he's got to find out about her.
Yeah.
And it like guts him. That whole episode that was basically just one big montage of them building the suit
Mm-hmm.
was so much fun.
The scene where they're watching with Gary and her dance got me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was very emotional. Yeah, really hope they go for a second season.
Me too.
I got a jet skis. One love.
All right.
Wait,
Word
this is a
wrestling.
live one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, never mind. I'm not doing that.
Okay, that's all the reviews, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
My news is very sparse. Spider-Man Brand New Day will be reportedly filming in Scotland for just over 2 weeks. I don't know what the hell kind of stuff they need in Scotland.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
Huh.
Also rumored to be the debut of the MCU version of the Green Goblin. When I first heard this, I was annoyed. We just had a version of the Green Goblin interact with him. But this is a perfect opportunity. He comes into this meeting a Norman Osborn and is very wary, or meets Harry, very wary. And Banner's supposed to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the version of Green Goblin we get in this is closer to the Ultimate Green Goblin, where it's a metamorphosis over a technological thing. And he's a bit more Hulk-like. That's the only weird way I think this could work. Not just another guy in a suit with a fucking rocket sled.
What if
Mm-hmm.
spitballing here? What if it's not Norman or Harry, but it's Ned?
Yeah.
I was thinking that if it was Ned.
Especially since Ned doesn't have Peter in his life,
Yeah.
and that's what drove Ned to do what he does.
Yeah. I obviously wouldn't want it to be Green Goblin. I'd want it to be Hobgoblin. Maybe it was just someone misheard something. But yeah. Especially after all the time his character got in the last movie, being concerned that he might go evil.
Yeah.
You kind of have to at least dip down that road a little bit.
Yeah, because that'd be fucking fun.
Yeah. That would be so harsh for Peter.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. So you know they're gonna do that.
Mhm.
They got to beat him up. I only have one other story worth talking about. Shark Week's coming in a couple weeks,
Yes.
and on Wednesday, July 24th, AEW's own Darby Allin will host a segment called "Caught: Shark Strike Back."
Yeah.
Is Darby Allin going in a fucking cage?
Darby just got done hiking up Everest.
Wow.
Yeah. He made it to the top.
Good for him.
I believe planted an AEW flag.
Which you can find amongst all the other refuse left up there.
Mm-hmm. And then
Yeah.
now he's doing fucking Shark Week.
He's a thrill seeker. He's a daredevil. Is he still active?
I mean, he's been out. He went out because of the Everest thing, but I'm sure he's popping back on.
Okay, that was all my stories. It was a very light week.
Speaking of AEW, it was announced last week that they have confirmed they will not be raising ticket prices anytime soon. Quite the opposite of what WWE has done. AEW is like, look, we want people to come to be entertained, and we want to be affordable for our fans. So you can still get pretty good seats, starting at like the $25 mark for a fucking AEW show. And in this current economy that we have, where everything is ridiculously expensive, I appreciate that kind of fucking move.
And something tells me you can still record at an AEW show.
For now, yeah. Speaking of shitty economy, it was announced that over the last year, America's youth has spent 25% less on video games than any other time beforehand.
Well, if you think about it too, how much is a physical copy of a Switch 2 game?
Well, I mean, it's no different than like a physical copy of the SNES or Sega when they dropped.
What, $90?
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
Back then, cartridges were mad expensive. We forget
Really?
that.
Yeah.
But I think a part of that is back then we accepted, all right, I'm getting this game, maybe another one for Christmas. These are the games I'm getting this year. I'm going to love them. And we didn't know the prices for the most part. It wasn't until I was older and I started to like save money and be like, holy shit, I got to spend like $60 on this game. Then when the disc revolution came around, prices dropped. Like I think they went back down to like 50 or 40 for like PlayStation. And that was the first time we'd get greatest hits stuff when games would come out after like 6 months and they're down to like $30, or games would come out that just didn't cost a lot to make and they were $20 face value.
Yeah.
We got so used to that. Then when it got jacked up to like 50, 60 for brand new AAA titles, hearing $80 for one, it's insulting.
Yeah.
It's crazy now because you don't get a whole game.
Yeah, wasn't that all like the price so high because of distribution and all that other jazz?
Yes.
Price was so high back in the day because cartridges were fucking expensive to make.
Yeah.
Now,
And now they're just like, well, status quo, right?
Well, yeah, it costs a lot more for us to make these games nowadays because we have to employ so many people to tell the AI what to do.
Yeah. Just so many developers you have to underpay. Us CEOs, bottom dollar has to go up.
Yeah, we're not going to actually give them the overtime that it took for them to make the game. We're going to hold that back from them, but we'll charge you like we did.
Yeah.
So we're going to charge $60 for this game, but there's a 4.5 hour day one download.
Oh yeah, you gotta get your patch. You gotta get that first patch in.
I get the patch, and then the first DLC is going to cost $25, but like the second DLC, which is essentially the remainder of the game, that's going to be another 60.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you save some money for the microtransactions too.
Oh yeah, but you could buy the deluxe edition for $120.
Yeah.
And still do the micro, but you'll get a couple little loot.
Yeah.
That
You'll
you're
get
never gonna
specific
use.
armor just for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sad fucking time.
But you'll never use it.
I'll be bringing a certain company up when it comes time for douche.
Is it the AMC thing?
No, it'll be back into the video game realm.
Okay. The creators of South Park let everybody know that this whole fucking Paramount
Debacle.
The Skydance merger.
Advance merger is fucking things up left and right.
But the show was supposed to come out now.
Yes.
Or
Yes, it
tomorrow. Tomorrow would have been the day. At the time of recording.
Yeah. So that's fun, right? I learned the other day that Cyndi Lauper sings the Pee Wee Playhouse theme song. I never knew that.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah, she did. She did it under a pseudonym, but it is her.
Wow. Didn't know that.
I always kind of felt like it was a Cyndi Lauper impersonation, never considering that it would actually be her.
Yeah. Diddy got convicted.
Or didn't he?
Well, he did not get convicted for the harder crimes, but he did get convicted for the other ones. Denied bail. Looking at 20
5.
until he gets pardoned by the Fuhrer.
Wait, was that federal charges or state? If it's state, Orange Julius Caesar can't do shit about it.
Good question, Joe.
He's getting sentenced October 3rd. Metropolitan Detention Center. It's federal.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 5 years.
Yeah. If he even sees any fucking time.
He'll be in a cool prison with Ghislaine, just playing tennis and doing yoga, just being like, damn it, can't drive my Lamborghini today or get on my yacht. Fucking sucks, huh? I'll see you in the gym. Anyway.
I'll give you the speech that Trump is going to give. He was really so poorly treated. No one's ever been treated worse than him except for me. Just like me, in the state of New York, I was treated so very badly by them. As a result, I will be pardoning Sean P. Doodley Coombs. Great guy, P. Doodley.
He'd probably call him Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy? I knew him as Puff Daddy.
Knew him as Puffy. Went to his parties all the time. Nothing happened there. They were perfect parties.
There's no client.
There's no Puff?
There's no client list, you know.
No client list.
Oh, yeah.
It's not on her desk. It's not sitting on her desk last month.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No. All of a sudden, there's a video now, even though all the videos were deleted.
Yeah, all of them.
But we have one now, and look, nothing, guys.
Except for the minute and a half that's shaved off at the end there. But pay no attention to that.
It's such a fucking demoralization program they're doing right now.
Also, the Tangerine Palpatine announced that there's going to be a UFC fight at the White House next week.
This fucking guy.
Because for America's 250th, we need, apparently, UFC at the White House.
Give them bread and violence.
Yeah, of all the bad ideas, that's probably the best one.
It's not at all.
Of all the bad ideas, that's not the best one?
No.
None. Like, it's they're all really bad.
Right. This is the best one.
I can't though.
I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm saying it's the best bad idea.
That was the best shit I've ever seen. That piece of shit right there is the
Yeah.
best shit I've ever seen.
Listen,
Yo,
we're not going to give him the Epstein files. Let's just get an octagon on the front lawn. You know, I'll shake hands, kiss babies, whatever. No Dagestanis, no Europeans, no South Americans, no Canadians. Yes, that leaves Americans only. Nice.
Joe, where'd your video go?
Oh, I had to go take care of Minnie.
Oh.
So instead of watching me leave the room and run around.
I wanted to see it, but that's fine.
Yeah, me too.
Don't leave us in the dark, Joe. We don't like that.
The next bit of news that I have.
Don't hold back on this.
Chuck
Wait.
E. Cheese is launching an adult-focused Chuck's Arcade.
Dumb.
So think Dave and Buster's, but with Chuck E. Cheese. But he's a hipster now. He's Chuck.
Unless he's smoking cigarettes and making like lewd comments, I don't want it. Am I wrong?
Chuck
I would-
cheese.
I would love a Chuck Cheese who stands outside like Affleck in those pictures smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
his giant mouse rat head backwards. Let's not forget he's a rat. He was not a mouse.
Yeah.
Fucking rat. How did that company survive as long as it did?
For a long time. Chuck E. Cheese was around for a long time.
Is the one in Brick still there?
Still around.
Yeah.
There's the one S is still operating. We have a birthday to go to in like 2 weeks.
Chuck E. Cheese has
Holy
been
shit, the one in
around-
Brick. The one in Brick should still be open. Yeah.
Last time I was there, dude, I remember this little kid kept running around stealing my tickets. I had to fall into his mother and be like, hey. I was like, I don't know, maybe I was a little older, like 12. I was like, hey, your kid's stealing my tickets. And she's like, oh, whatever your name is, knock it off. I didn't get him back because he had a big bucket. And I'm like,
Knock it off. That fixes it.
yeah, thanks, Mom.
I was really expecting this to be like last month. The story was going to be like, and I walked up to him. I couldn't punch him because I'm in my 30s. But I seduced his mom, and I fucked her in the other room while he was crying.
Yeah, he calls me dad now. And I get all the tickets.
Mm-hmm. Dad tax.
James Wan says his English language Last Train to New York movie is not a remake of Train to Busan, but a spin-off.
Okay.
Oh.
James
Neat.
Wan making a Train to Busan universe movie. I'm here for it. I liked both movies.
Trains are cool.
I like trains.
I like turtles. Oh yeah, that was a great zombie movie.
Yeah. Second one's good too.
Didn't see the second one.
NASA has detected a new planet with temperatures that suggest habitable conditions.
Yeah, okay, NASA.
With a planet that has a mass about 100 times the size of Earth, orbiting a young red dwarf star, 34 light years away.
Hmm.
Krypton.
Wow, man, that's a lot of planet for us to fuck up.
Yeah.
By the way, Chuck E. Cheese has been around since '77.
Well, where did it originate? What
It was founded by Nolan Bushnell,
Hmm.
one of the earliest video game creators.
what was it, like Iowa or something?
Pretty sure it was Midwest.
Midwest.
Yeah, I want to say Midwest.
Only the Midwest would allow shitty pizza like that to proliferate enough to get to the East.
Can't get a mouse.
San Jose, California was the first Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater.
Pizza time.
Japanese researchers led by Professor Hiromi Sakai at Nara Medical University have developed a universal artificial blood, a hemoglobin-based oxygen carrier encapsulated in a protective shell derived from expired donor blood. This artificial blood has no blood type, eliminating the need for compatibility testing, can be stored at room temperature for up to 2 years or even longer under refrigeration.
And it works.
Yeah.
The room temperature part is just as mind blowing as the universal nature of it.
I don't buy it.
In March 2025, clinical safety trials began on 16 healthy adults receiving between 100 to 400 milliliter doses of the blood substitute to evaluate safety and preliminary efficacy. Early small-scale tests in 2022 also showed no serious adverse effects.
I don't buy it.
Ban hopes to complete all clinical testing and bring the product to real-world use by 2030. That's pretty fucking awesome.
Awesome if true.
I believe it is.
I don't buy it.
Okay.
No drawbacks. Non-blood type blood that we just pop in the corner in the cabinet.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you artificially create something. It's usually...
That's why I'm skeptical. Artificial anything in my body.
Well, hopefully we all get turned into fucking vampires then. What do you want?
Well, dude, then you're talking my language.
Right. Well, now you're on the right side here.
Well, I won't be patient zero, I'll tell you that much. I'll be patient like 10.
Jurassic World Rebirth box office dominates the holiday weekend. Had a very, very, very strong weekend. And that means that Scarlett Johansson has now beat Robert Downey Jr.'s box office record with Jurassic World Rebirth.
Interesting. That's the international record. Apparently, Sam Jackson still holds the American record. He's just ahead of her by like 200 million, which she will probably surpass eventually.
No, she beat him by 0.2 million.
Huh.
Or 0.2 billion. She stands at 14.8 billion, right? He was sitting at 14.6.
Yeah, that's international. That's worldwide. But just US based, he still has an edge on her. But that won't last for long.
No, you're correct.
Yeah.
By 0.4.
Yeah. She's got a lot more time left in her career, and that man is in his 70s. So yeah, she is going to surpass him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It did worldwide 334 million.
Yeah, it's fucking strong.
Shit, I guess I gotta go see this. Apparently a lot of that was Asian.
I've heard
They love Jurassic.
bad reviews on it.
I heard mediocrity.
From people.
Yeah, I heard it was okay.
What, Jurassic Park?
What?
7?
The only good, when dinosaurs attack, part 7.
Yeah.
The only good thing I heard about it is it was better than the last one. I'm like, that doesn't set the bar that high.
I mean,
That was pretty fun.
I didn't mind the last one.
I hated the last one.
Yeah, we know.
Yep.
Big bit.
Hated it.
Netflix has made a big announcement during the Anime Expo 2025. The biggest one they announced, so surprising to many, is that half of all of its subscribers are anime fans.
That's shocking.
Sweet.
Yeah. 50% of all subscribers to Netflix watch anime.
Hell yeah.
That's what I say. Fuck yeah. So, yay, otaku nerds. Where the fuck has Kyle been?
I don't know. Something tells me it involves a crying baby.
I feel like we're gonna end the show and he's still gonna be on there and he's be like, "What the fuck happened, guys?" We're gonna be like, "Well, Kyle, he disappeared." So you know what time it is.
I figured.
Oh, nice.
Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
If you're headed to Epcot anytime soon, like I am, you can pick up a mochi gori at the Shave Ice stand. It is shave ice, 3 flavors you can mix, and it comes with a mochi donut on top with a coconut cream sauce and whipped cream.
Lost me.
I mean, you don't have to get the coconut cream sauce. Moving on, McDonald's is about to spice up your mornings with spicy McMuffin breakfast sandwiches.
No, they're not.
Spicy sausage McMuffin, spicy sausage McMuffin with egg, and the spicy egg McMuffin.
I'm
All
pretty,
come with McDonald's signature spicy pepper sauce.
pretty sure it's been 15 years since I set foot in McDonald's, and that's not drawn me back in.
You will notice the theme tonight. A lot of Walmart bakery goods are listed because they're doing some shit over there. I don't know how good any of these are going to taste, but like they're trying stuff. First up, Sour Patch Kids frosted cookies, Sour Patch Kids 2-bite mini cupcakes, and Sour Patch Kids bites in a tube. Like, you know how all the candies are getting miniature versions of themselves again, like they did like 20 years ago
Mm-hmm.
or 30 years ago. Those are happening. Pillsbury is putting out new flaky caramel rolls and flaky chocolate rolls. Del
this
Monte.
sounds like something needs to be plussed.
Yeah, we can turn them into ice cream sandwiches real easy.
Oh, yeah.
Del Monte is launching a line of fruit cups called Escapes. They're meant for the adults. Kids can eat them. There's no alcohol, but these are based on alcoholic beverages like mango strawberry Rita, mixed fruit sangria, and pineapple pina colada. You can pick up on Amazon a Liquid IV exclusive flavor, orange creamsicle. Bluebell ice cream is dropping an orange swirl. It's a vanilla ice cream swirled with orange sherbet. Zapp's potato chips has hot pepper flavored chips dropping soon. And On the Border has California or cafe style roasted garlic and Mexican herb tortilla chips.
Roasted garlic tortilla chips.
Yeah.
That's got me interested.
Anybody Little Debbie's Christmas tree cake fan?
Me.
Joe, you're also a little coffee whore, right?
Yep.
Well, how happy would you be to know that this holiday season, Little Debbie's is putting out Christmas tree cakes coffee creamer?
Probably won't get it. I'm a peppermint mocha guy. I like keeping them separate.
Wow.
But equal?
What
Yes.
in stores now, you can start getting your fall flavors on your coffee creamers. International Delight has pumpkin pie spice cold foam. Chobani has pumpkin spice coffee creamer. International Delight's pumpkin pie spice is back. Pumpkin spice latte Starbucks almond milk and oat milk creamer. And caramel apple crisp coffee mate. Back over to the Walmart bakery, a new line of bundt cakes and little mini cakes is dropping in beverage flavors. The mini cakes has Crush Orange, Dr. Pepper, and 7-Up mini cupcakes. And then the bundt cakes has Orange Crush, Dr. Pepper, Hawaiian Punch, and 7-Up.
Dr.
Yum.
Pepper bundt cake. I kind of
Yeah.
have to try a Dr. Pepper bundt cake.
I feel like we have to.
Yeah.
Farm Rich, makers of delicious mozzarella sticks and other frozen appetizers, have a bunch of new things coming out. And Hillshire Farms does as well. Hillshire Farms is dropping stuffed croissants in the frozen food section. Philly-style cheesesteak and buffalo-style chicken filled croissant.
Well,
Farm Rich has Italian sausage mozzarella cheese sticks. So, sausage and mozzarella sticks. Buffalo style chicken roll ups. So, buffalo chicken taquitos. And this one, chocolate brownie bites. Think a chocolate shelled pizza roll with brownie batter filling.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
want that. I want
Yeah.
you to take me to that.
Countdown to Halloween. Jolly Rancher gummies Trickies are coming out this Halloween season. It's a mashup of colors, flavors, and shapes. Keebler is putting out spooky fudge stripe cookie mini packs for your trick-or-treaters. Sour Punch Straws is getting in the game this year with Frankenstraws. Fruit Loops has a Mummy Berry Purple. And Dole is putting out organic fruit flavored lollipops. Cinnamon Toast Crunch has a new black label Hormel bacon flavored cereal coming out, limited edition.
What?
Yes,
Cinnamon toast bacon?
Cinnamon Toast bacon flavored cereal.
I can't fucking believe we're still going with this.
What?
I've heard like 9 food news articles since I've been in the background trying to ignore you guys. And like, come on now.
Well, you're time for the last one, Kyle.
I thought we were going to be done 3 stories ago.
Back to the Walmart bakery. Jif peanut butter and jelly cookies. Iced brown s'mores bites, chocolate marshmallow cupcakes, s'mores mini punk cakes, mini s'mores filled donuts, frosted s'mores cookies, pumpkin spice streusel muffins, pumpkin iced cake, and pumpkin white chocolate cookies, all headed to the Walmarts. That's the food news.
It's a lot of food news.
Yeah, it was.
Too much food news.
Yep. All the food news. Yeah,
Food news never ends.
I love it.
douche nerd time.
My douche of the week is Microsoft.
Oh, mine too.
Yeah, for the same reason, I'm guessing.
Oh, is everybody else's laptop getting the bullshit too?
Oh, no. Mine was because after a last quarter's $25.8 billion profit, they decided to fire 9,000 people.
Hell that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's mine is more personal than that.
Okay. A significant percentage of them from the Xbox division. They canceled multiple games and shut down an entire studio that they put together for a specific game to make a Perfect Dark remake. They got like 4 years into it and then shut it down.
That's not a complete waste of money.
Nope. That's not the way the industry is lately. So yeah. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Just bakes.
My douche of the week.
Can I jump on the Microsoft thing real quick?
Sure.
So my personal reason why Microsoft is my douche of the week is because this goes back a while. But during the pandemic, I had some issues with Microsoft Office Suite working from home when I was working in the office. So I started paying for Microsoft Office Suite so that I could do all the stuff that I needed to do for work while at home. And I had been paying for like a dual. Well, I've been paying for my own subscription while the office had theirs. But then the office subscriptions stopped allowing me to sign in for some reason. So I switched over to my personal one at the office. A couple months ago, I think it was probably like 4-ish months ago now, I stopped, like I canceled my personal subscription because I didn't want to pay the extra money anymore. And then when I tried to log back in on my work desktop through my old office email, it would not let me log in. It said I needed, Joe knows this because I texted him about it last week. Microsoft has an authenticator app that you have to have. And so you need your login email, your login password, and then you need the authenticator app to download it on your phone. And you have to be what's called the global admin in order to reset your what is it called? Multi-factor authentication.
Yes.
So yeah, and I know all these words now because I've been back and forth battling for a couple months trying to get it. And I finally got last week, I finally got someone on the phone and I got a case number last Wednesday, I think it was, or Thursday maybe. I finally got a case number from Microsoft and nothing since I got the case number. I called them back today and they said, oh, someone should have reached out to you the day you got your case number. So they confirmed my email address and both phone numbers that I had on file. No, nothing. And they said, yes, so we don't have a direct line to this person. Like, I can't just transfer you to this person. So I'm gonna have to call the person that's handling your situation, your case, on their direct line, and hope they answer it, or they're gonna have to call me back.
Did you stop and say, well, funny you mention that because nobody is handling my case because I haven't received shit?
So yeah, they told me the name of the person that's supposed to be handling my case, but anyway, so another day goes by, and nothing. And I've been back and forth between the IT people who our office pays to handle our IT stuff, Comcast, because the IT people thought for some reason that Comcast was the issue, and Microsoft. I've been
Oh my
battling between
God.
all three of them on and off for about 4 months. Anytime I need to revise like a document that we need to send to a client, I can't do it. I have to handwrite it out and then have somebody else in the office type it up for me.
All the like, because the third party IT companies set up your email, right? You set up your work email.
Yeah, I actually don't know how. Yeah, I don't know. I would think so.
Because if they handle your Microsoft subscriptions, your Office subscriptions, all they have to do is instead of they could even add your phone number as a 2FA instead of using the Authenticator app.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, the whole problem was it's someone else in the office previously had the Authenticator app originally downloaded on their phone, and all the information was getting sent to that
You
phone number, like the app, that whatever device. And I don't even know why this is a thing, because if you could sign in through the app, you should be able to get it on any device, I would think. But it's no longer sending to the Authenticator app because the original device it was downloaded on was traded in for a newer model phone.
So when you talk to the IT people, try to tell them to add your phone number as a multi-factor authentication.
Authentication. Yeah.
Authenticate. Yeah, because you should be able to bypass the Authenticator app.
Yeah, so they're telling me I can only do that if I'm a global admin, and they're not taking my word for it that I'm a global admin, even though I gave them my boss's name. So I don't even know what to do with that. But anyway, I don't want to turn this into a Joe solves my problem situation when there's other douches to be gotten to. But I appreciate it, Joe.
No problem. But I'm gonna send you another link. See if you can log in through there.
Okay.
But all this stuff is supposed to like make your life easier, to streamline your work, right? To make everything flow better.
Yeah.
I mean, it did until they started doing everything through apps.
So it was great until they fucked it up. That sounds about right with technology. All right, is that all our douches?
I haven't heard.
No. Trump administration for making the whole Epstein list disappear.
Yeah, that was magical.
Why do you think it's conducive just to him?
I said the administration.
I know, but the administration's like, come
The
on.
administration has people planted in all the top positions and all those alphabet agencies that are making this stuff disappear.
Soon, young Padawan.
Oh, shut up.
He's older than you.
Yes, and yet he acts like a child, like a young child fool.
I have nerds aplenty.
I have one nerd. Actually, it's a group of nerds.
I have two. Jason Momoa was spotted in the pit at that Ozzy show.
Yes, he was, but he's not
a
my
man of
nerd.
the
But
people.
yes, he was. He jumped in the pit for Pantera.
That was pretty great footage, so good to him. Keith David, star of They Live, the voice of Spawn in the animated series, Goliath and Gargoyles, the president on Rick and Morty, one of the greatest voices ever, is getting his Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Hey.
So good for Keith David.
Go
Just see the
Keith.
look on his face. Just need a look on his face when it was announced and he was watching it.
Bravo.
Mine is the money that was raised from the Back to the Beginning concert. $190 million went to a charity to cure Parkinson's, the Children's Hospital of Birmingham, and a children's hospice charity. So $190 million.
Wow.
Yeah, went to those charities.
Speaking of money going to things, Brody King, we had talked about him on last week's episode that he had the Abolish ICE t-shirt on ProWrestlingTees.com. Well, he raised $27,758, and he has sent the proceeds are going to Local Hearts Foundation, which again is to help families who've been ravaged by the whole ICE shenanigans. Next up on my nerd list is one Kevin Big Sexy Nash.
I think I saw this back and forth.
Where did this one go?
It was pretty funny. If that's what I'm thinking about. If it's a back and forth.
I don't have the whole back and forth. I have just the response to his original post and then Kevin's response to the dude.
Yeah, I've seen the meme.
He posted on the 4th, happy 4 more trillion in debt day. Never felt this proud as we continue to destroy the empathy we once held for those less fortunate. So I guess happy, wealthy, white 1% day. Enjoy your small regional hospitals while you can. Things just continue to get greater. Happy 4th. To which Major Swagger responds with, what the fuck does being white have to do with anything? And Nash responds with, are you worried about being deported, cracker? Sit in your Alabama double wide and shut the fuck up. Okay.
Go girl.
Oh,
I wouldn't really want to fuck with him anyway, but like with all the things that he has endured in the last couple of years, he really has no fucks left to give.
0 fucks left. And my last nerd is Phoenix, Arizona.
I hear that often.
Did you guys see the billboard?
I did not.
Okay, so Phoenix put up a billboard, and it's a shot of Trump. Let me make sure I get all the correct accoutrement. In downtown Phoenix, it features a shirtless Trump, chest deep in a swamp of corruption, wearing the crown of a wannabe king and holding a Chinese-made Trump brand phone. In the background, there's a nuclear blast, an alligator with a MAGA hat, a Tesla Cybertruck sinking, a plane with big, beautiful bride on the side of it, and more.
So it's a statement piece.
A little bit.
I can't wait for the next administration. It's going to be great.
So now I'm concerned it's going to go too far the other way.
Is that a thing?
It is, but I don't know what it looks like.
I don't know if it's possible for it to go too far the other way. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just
I think-
talking about in terms of like the voting public.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of what is happening, the complete opposite of what's happening now is we build houses for everybody and let people come into the country with a shorter process to become a citizen. It doesn't sound necessarily terrible. Instead of, concentration camps in the swamps of Florida that flood.
I think we should have another war.
On that highest of high notes.
Time to wrap it up.
Oh. Well, hell. I guess as always, if you like what you hear, you can like us on Facebook.com/Nerdaties. Follow us on Twitter @Nerdaties. Email us at nerdaties@gmail.com and check out Nerdaties.com if you want to. But Justin's probably going to tell you not to.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to tell you to do that. I'm going to say go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Nerdaties, NERDATIES. Buy our cool t-shirts, especially the EPW t-shirts. Kyle's t-shirt he's rocking right there is probably going to be a JDP shirt soon. Architect of Your Destiny.
Yeah, that's not going to. No, that's not going to happen.
But you could definitely get the JDP Vengeful God shirt on ProWrestlingTees.com/Nerdaties. Super cool.
Well, Mike, fun fact. So you may think that the reason why I'm better about Justin calling himself the architect of anything is because I'm in fact actually an architect.
Part of it, right?
That is not the case. That was my beef with Seth Rollins. My beef in this particular situation with Justin is because the acronym AOK, one of the options for the A in AOK was in fact architects. So he turned me away from being the architects of chaos so that he could use the term architect for himself.
But I hope that you knew anything he was telling you was in some way, shape, or form manipulation, right?
How dare you?
Usually it's indirect. That was direct manipulation.
Yeah. Delayed.
Yes.
It always comes around, though.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, Joe, chill up.
Cut his balls off.
Check us out on
Wait,
YouTube.com. What?
Hold on, Joe. One last thing. We mentioned on last show, going to mention on this show, just so the peeps know, the first week of August, you're not going to get your regularly scheduled programs because I'm away. These guys get a week off leading into a long recording sesh for our holiday specials in August. But fear not, you get new episodes. You are getting a recent Mike and Justin's issues, in which we will talk about comics that Mike left me in a giant box. And you're getting a very special Exposing James commentary, in which Mike and I sit down with James, and he asks us questions about the Nerdaties catalog on YouTube that we will watch together. And it'll be a good time, and you'll enjoy it. And of course, there'll be a new episode of EPW.
Check us out on youtube.com, youtube.com/nerdies. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things nerdies. And ring that bell somewhere in this region down here to get notified when new content is coming or when we go live. You have the option to ring the bell for some or all content. Definitely recommend all. You can watch The One Above All live on YouTube. You could also see our catalog of our fine interviews, shorts, and movies. And as Justin mentioned, we do have some holiday specials coming. We have our annual Halloween special, and we have our annual Christmas special, and we do have a 100 greatest list coming. Lots of arguing with this. 100 greatest movie quotes, according to Nerdaties. Remember, give us money. We need money. Money good. Money.
Not just the video version of this podcast, but the audio versions available wherever you get your fine free podcasts, with all of our other shows, including the new hits, EPW.
That's everything? All right. The opinions of the Nerdies crew are idiotic and poorly thought, but the way next week's will be far more insulting. Bye-bye.
Bye.